Life was supposed to be simple. I had a steady job in tech, a house I could finally call my own, and Lily, my beautiful, loving wife. We've been together for over 6 years, and I thought I knew everything about her. I thought I knew everything about us. We'd weathered every storm together, and I believed we had built something unbreakable. But somewhere along the way, the cracks began to form. I couldn't pinpoint the exact moment it started, but I could feel it. The way she would go quiet when I asked about her day, the way she suddenly took extra care with her appearance before going out for girls' nights, the whispers on her phone, the messages she'd quickly close when I entered the room. I dismissed it all at first. After all, Lily was always the center of attention, always the life of the party. I figured she was just busy, stressed from work, or maybe I was overthinking it. But I wasn't overthinking it. The truth was slowly creeping in, and I was too blinded by love, maybe too afraid to see it. I had no idea what was about to unfold. But that night, everything changed. It happened one Thursday evening. Lily had come home late, her eyes red, her makeup smudged as if she'd been crying. I tried to ask her what was wrong, but she brushed me off, muttering something about work stress. She didn't want to talk about it, and I, ever the dutiful husband, respected her space. But something inside me stirred. I couldn't ignore the feeling that something was off. As I lay in bed that night, pretending to sleep, I heard her phone buzz from the nightstand. It wasn't a rare occurrence. She had a lot of friends and clients who liked to message late. This time, something felt different. A small part of me wanted to ignore it, to trust that everything was fine, but I couldn't. I reached over and grabbed her phone, unlocking it with the familiar pattern. The message on the screen froze me in place. "I can't wait to see you tonight." The name attached to the message was one I didn't recognize, Tom. My stomach dropped. The next few minutes were a blur of shock and disbelief. I scrolled through the rest of the conversation, each message more intimate than the last. A kiss emoji here, a flirtatious comment there. The further I scrolled, the more my heart clenched. And then, I found it. "I love you, Tom." The room spun. My wife, the woman I had trusted with everything, had been seeing another man. And not just anyone. Tom, whoever he was, had become her emotional escape. I was nothing but a convenient placeholder. I felt like the air had been sucked from my lungs. My mind screamed at me to confront her, to demand answers, but I held back. No, I couldn't do that. Not yet. I slid the phone back into place and turned onto my side, staring at the ceiling in the darkness, my mind racing. I wanted to destroy something. To throw her lies in her face. But I needed to think. I needed to understand what was happening before I acted. I needed to control the situation. And that's when the plan began to form. For the next few days, I watched her more closely. The signs were clearer now, like a fog lifting. The late nights. The sudden business trips. The random errands she would run with no explanation. Each moment felt like a knife twisting in my gut, but I remained calm. I needed to be calm. I began to plot. I knew her patterns now, and I would use them against her. The opportunity came one Saturday afternoon when she told me she was heading out to meet a client. "I'll be back later," she said, leaving me alone in the house. As soon as the door clicked shut behind her, I began setting my plan in motion. I went to the living room closet, where we kept all of our childhood memorabilia, and grabbed the plush teddy bear I had given her on our first anniversary. The bear had been a joke back then, just a cute, innocent gift that held sentimental value, but today, it would become my weapon. I spent the next hour carefully hollowing out the bear, using a small, hidden camera to capture everything I placed. The camera, inside the plush toy's belly, making sure the lens faced forward. Then I left it in the bedroom, carefully positioning it on the nightstand, right where she would normally leave her purse. I didn't know what would happen next, but I had a feeling this was the beginning of something I couldn't undo. I wanted to know the full extent of her betrayal. I needed to see the truth with my own eyes before I could confront her. That night, as she came home later than usual, I heard the familiar click of the door. I pretended to be asleep, but inside my pulse raced. The seconds felt like hours as I waited for the inevitable. What I saw next shook me to my core. The next morning, I woke up before Lily. I didn't go to the kitchen to make coffee or go through the motions of our daily routine. Instead, I went straight to the plush toy on the nightstand. I connected the camera to my laptop, and as the footage began to play, I saw Lily and Tom together right there in our bedroom. It was like a scene from a nightmare. They laughed, kissed, and whispered things I couldn't bear to hear. In that moment, I felt a mixture of rage and sadness. But most of all, I felt empowered. I had the evidence now. I wasn't going to let her get away with this. My revenge would be swift. I spent the next hour preparing. I had already made arrangements with a lawyer to ensure that when the time came, I would be the one in control. I had packed a suitcase and prepared my exit strategy. But first, I needed to make sure she knew exactly what I knew. When Lily finally emerged from the bathroom, looking disheveled as if nothing had happened, I turned to her with the calmest face I could muster. "Did you have a good night?" I asked, my voice eerily steady. Her eyes flickered with uncertainty, and she forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." I leaned back in my chair, not breaking eye contact. "I know about Tom." Her face drained of color. What are you talking about?" I stood up, walking slowly toward her. "You thought you could betray me without consequence, but I've been one step ahead of you." I reached into my bag and pulled out the plush bear. "I knew you were hiding something. But you didn't know I was watching. I have everything." Her eyes widened as I threw the camera footage onto the TV screen, her affair playing in real time before her. The aftermath was exactly what I expected. Lily broke down begging for forgiveness, trying to justify her actions. She accused me of spying, of not trusting her. But none of it mattered anymore. I had won. The divorce was swift, and I walked away with dignity, everything, my peace, and the knowledge that I had faced betrayal head-on. Lily, on the other hand, lost it all. Her job, her reputation, and the life she thought she had built. But I didn't take pleasure in her downfall. Not entirely. In the end, it wasn't about destroying her, it was about reclaiming myself. About showing her that I was no fool. As I sat alone in my new apartment, looking out at the city skyline, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. I had been through the darkest part of my life and come out stronger. No longer bound by her lies, no longer trapped in her world of deception. I was free. And that freedom, my personal transformation, was the only thing that truly mattered. Betrayal may break you, but revenge is what makes you whole again. If you think this betrayal deserved what happened next, hit like and subscribe for more gripping stories of revenge and justice.